I walked into a client meeting and realized my girlfriend was the client's wife. Okay, so imagine this. You're running late juggling coffee and folders, and boom, the room freezes. My briefcase slipped. Papers everywhere. She froze, he frowned, and my brain just stopped. You know that instant when everything connects at once and your stomach drops? Yeah, that Dave. My client looked between us. You two know each other, Sarah's face drained of color. We've met. Tried been dating for 2 months. I opened my file, scanning names like maybe I'd hallucinated. But there it was, her maiden name on the contract, not the married one. The conflict system hadn't flagged it. 23 billable hours logged, and I was the idiot sitting across from her husband in mediation. He clenched his fists. How long? 2 months, she whispered. I felt my throat tighten. I didn't know. His jaw twitched. You better fix it. That's when I stood up, palms sweating, voice shaking but steady. I'm withdrawing from representation. The mediator blinked. Effective when? Now. I gathered the papers, apologized, and got out before my knees gave out. By the time I hit the hallway, my phone was already buzzing. Managing partner. His tone could have cut glass. My office now. Upstairs, 3 partners sat waiting. One sentence in, and I knew I was done. You dated an opposing party, he said flatly. I didn't know she was married. Or to him, I said. Her legal name. He raised a hand. Stop. You should have known. The firm's counsel added, one more incident like this, and your license gone. 8 hours of conflict clay. Full refund to the client. File delivered by hand, 0 additional billing. It was like watching my career slowly collapse in high definition. That night, I called Dave. You'll get every unused dollar back. The file's ready. You better, he said. You ruined my case and my week. I swallowed. I know. He hung up. I just stood there staring at my phone, realizing this wasn't a bad day. It was the start of a record. An hour later, Sarah texted, I didn't mean for this. My chest tightened. I typed deleted, typed again. Then she called. Her voice cracked. I didn't set you up. I believe you. I used my maiden name everywhere. I never thought I should have asked. Silence. Just breathing. I'm sorry, she whispered. I withdrew. I said, it's over. Part of me wanted to yell. Part of me wanted to hold her hand. Instead, I hung up. You know that feeling when you realize no one wins. That was it. 2 weeks later, a letter came from the bar. I remember the heading clear as day. Request for written response. My hand shook. They wanted documents, timelines, every email between me and Sarah. I spent nights combing through messages that now felt radioactive. Every timestamp a mistake. The firm's counsel drafted the reply. List everything, he said. Omit nothing. When it was done, I signed and sent it. My heart didn't stop pounding for days then. Another meeting. The managing partner dropped a memo on my desk. New policy, he said. Every client must list nicknames. Every intake double-checked. And you pre-clear every new case. I nodded. Got it. He leaned closer. Say it. One more mistake and I lose my license. Good. That's Saturday. I sat through 8 hours of ethics training in a hotel ballroom with terrible coffee. The instructor described a case identical to mine. Everyone laughed nervously. I just sat there, leg bouncing, pretending to take notes. At lunch, a woman next to me whispered, You look like you've lived that case. I forced a smile. Feels familiar. You'll be fine, she said. Own it. Trying. Back at the office, a voicemail waited. Dave again. His tone was ice. Hope you realize you cost me a month. I hired you to move forward. Delete. Click. Silence. That night, when I got home, there was an envelope under my door. No return address. Just a single sheet. It was a screenshot. Sarah and me at the coffee shop, smiling. The caption read, Real professional. My heart raced. Who sent this? Dave. Someone at the firm. Or someone else. Before I could decide, my phone buzzed again. Unknown number. I picked up. Meet me at the Riverwalk in 20 minutes, a man's voice said. Or I tell everyone my version. The line clicked off. I stood in my kitchen, heart pounding so loud I could hear it. Do I go? Do I call the partners, the bar? Or walk away and hope it dies? I grabbed my coat and keys because sometimes we do the wrong thing twice, just trying to fix the first one. Around midnight at the Riverwalk, I spotted a man leaning on the railing, phone in hand, face half hidden by a hoodie. Okay, so my brain's screaming, don't go. But I go. Because when you're that deep in a mess, logic stops working and panic starts driving. My palms are slick. Every step sounds too loud. He lifts his phone. The coffee shop photo glows on the screen. You're the lawyer, he says. Who are you? He pockets the phone. Name's Aaron. Dave owes me money, I blink, and you're threatening me because, he smirks, because he'll care if you go down first. My stomach knots. What do you want? Help me scare him, he says. One legal letter, nothing illegal. You write it, he pays me. I stare at him. The night air feels heavy. Not happening. He shrugs. Then I post the pictures. Your call. Now, I know what you're thinking. Call the cops, right? But the thought of headlines reading ethics lawyer caught sleeping with client's wife made my throat close. I step forward. You post anything, that's extortion. He grins. Try proving it. Then he walks off like it's just another Tuesday night. I stand there till he's gone, hands shaking so hard I almost drop my keys. I mean, seriously, how do you fix a life that keeps falling faster the harder you grab it? Next morning, the firm's general counsel calls me into another meeting. Same conference room, same faces. The bar wants a live interview, he says. They're scheduling for Thursday. The managing partner slides a document across the table. You'll cooperate completely. No half-truths. I nod. I understand. Good, he says. Also, no dating anyone within 5 miles of a client. He's not joking. That afternoon, I try focusing on case files, but my hands won't stop trembling. At lunch, I open my phone, another unknown number. The message says, "Did you tell them everything?" My pulse spikes. I block it. Seconds later, another one arrives. "Did you tell them about March?" I type. "Who is this?" No reply. By evening, I'm sitting on my couch, phone in one hand, whiskey in the other, wondering if maybe I deserve every bit of this chaos. The next day, the interview. Bar investigator, recorder on the table, questions straight as knives. When did you meet her? When did you realize the conflict? When did you withdraw? I keep my voice steady. 2 months before the meeting, I withdrew the same day. He looks up. "You know that's a textbook material limitation conflict." "Yes," I say. "What have you done to prevent recurrence?" "Double checks. Pre-clearance. Personal rules against dating anyone connected to clients." He scribbles a note. "Good. We'll review your file." When it's over, I walk out feeling hollow. My jaw hurts from clenching. I want to breathe, but it feels like my ribs forgot how. In the lobby, Dave, of course. Standing there like fate wanted an encore. He looks rough. "I reported you," he says. "I know." He shifts his weight. "Sarah left me months ago, before your case even started." I blink. "I didn't know that." He nods. "She used her maiden name with everyone. Guess you're not special." I want to say something sharp, something to defend myself, but nothing fits. "I never meant to hurt anyone," I manage. "Intent doesn't fix damage," he says. He's right. Then, softer, "You withdrew fast." That's something. It's not forgiveness, but it's not a punch either. Later, my assistant corners me. "Someone keeps calling, asking if you're still seeing her," she says. Different numbers, same questions. Heat rises in my chest. Forward them all to me. That night, envelope number 2 waits under my door. Same photo, new caption, "Lawyer of the Year." My hands go cold. I tear it up, but the pieces don't feel like enough. I call Sarah. "You giving out my info?" "No," she says, panic in her voice. "Why? Someone is sending pictures again." She goes quiet. "Dave wouldn't." "I don't know." I cut in. "Just be careful." "I will." Her tone softens. "Are you okay?" My throat tightens. "Not even close." The next morning, another voicemail. Male voice, low and steady. "Check your office door." Click. My stomach twists. I drive in, park wrong, sprint upstairs. And yeah, taped dead center on my door in fat black marker, "Coffee shop homewrecker." I pull it down, walk straight to the managing partner's office. He stares at it for a long beat. "Security's pulling footage," he says. "And you start thinking like a target. Because someone wants a reaction?" I nod, jaw locked. They won't get one, except they already have. By noon, another call, this time from Dave's new attorney. He sounds polite, which somehow makes it worse. "We'll need your statement for discovery," he says, "and a copy of any text with Mrs. with Sarah." My grip tightens on the phone. "You'll have everything." "One more thing," he adds. "Watch the internet. People love stories, especially messy ones." I hang up and just sit there, breathing like I ran a mile. You know that feeling when a situation stops being fixable and just becomes something you survive. That's where I was. The bar hearing was coming. Aaron still had the photos. The firm was watching every step I made. And then I saw it. The first Reddit post. Anonymous account. Vague headline. "Lawyer sleeps with client's wife, blame system." My name wasn't there. Not yet, but the picture, the coffee shop, the smile, the same caption. And that's when I knew this wasn't over. Not by a long shot. Just after dawn on Friday, my name started trending. The photo was everywhere, and the story was already out of my hands. Okay, so imagine opening your phone before coffee and seeing your own face under the headline, "Lawyer wrecks client's marriage." My stomach just dropped. The post had screenshots, half-truths, and a thread full of people judging a life they didn't know. You know that noise your heart makes when it's too loud in your own chest. I called our litigator, Mark. "It's spreading," I said. "Then we control the narrative. Identify the account, file a petition, and don't feed the fire." By noon, the firm's hallway felt like a courtroom. The managing partner stopped me once, no anger, just tired eyes. "We'll support you publicly," he said, "but privately, we expect perfection." "I get it," I said. The next 4 days were chaos. News aggregators picked it up. Comments multiplied. Every ping felt like a bullet. My mom even texted a link. "Is this you?" I wanted to disappear. Instead, I opened a case file on my own name. Evidence folder, timeline, screenshots. You fix what you can measure, right? Tuesday court hearing. We requested to unmask the anonymous account. The judge, serious and calm, read the motion, then nodded. "Granted," she said. "If this continues, the damage could be irreversible." That word, irreversible, stuck. A week later, the platform responded. The account belonged to Aaron, of course. The man from the River Walk. Mark leaned back in his chair. "Knew it," he said. "We'll hit him with a defamation claim." I exhaled slowly. "Will that fix anything?" "It'll stop the bleeding," he replied. That night, Sarah called. Her voice sounded small. "I'm sorry," she said, "for all of it." "You didn't post it," I said. "I still started the fire," she whispered. "Maybe," I said. "But he poured the gas." Silence stretched. Then she said, "The divorce finalized today." "I hope you're free now," I told her. "I hope you are too." We hung up, and it felt like closing a chapter that had already burned. 2 days later, Dave's new attorney sent a subpoena. Short deposition, 30 minutes. In the room, the air felt tight. The court reporter nodded once. "When did you meet her?" "January," I said. "When did you withdraw?" "Same day I found out." "Did you ever share client information with her?" "No." "Any similar conflicts since?" "No." I kept my answers clean, voice steady, hands flat on the table so they wouldn't shake. Afterward, I walked into the hallway, and there was Dave again. Because of course, he looked older, tired. You still getting hate? He asked. Less than before, he nodded. Internet moved on, it always does. Then he looked at me softer. I didn't write the post. I believe you. He shifted the grocery bag in his hand. For what it's worth, thanks for withdrawing quick. It was the only right move. He almost smiled. Not everyone makes it. Then he walked away. You know that quiet moment after a storm when the air's still heavy but you realize it's over. That's what it felt like. Weeks passed. The lawsuit against Aaron went through. He tried hiding behind public interest, but the judge didn't buy it. The settlement came fast. He posted a retraction, deleted everything, and cut a check. I donated it to the legal aid clinic. When the letter from the bar finally arrived, I couldn't open it for a full minute. It said private caution issued, no public discipline. Case closed. I sat there reading it over and over until my shoulders finally dropped. That evening, the managing partner stopped by my office. Files closed, he said. Carrier raised premiums, but you're still here. Learn from it. I did, he nodded. Then we're good. After he left, I looked out the window. The city looked normal again. Cars moved, people crossed streets, and for the first time in months, I didn't feel like the villain in my own story. Months later, I ran into Dave at a grocery store. Same awkward dance over the last basket. He laughed once. Truce, truce, I said. We both smiled like people who'd finally run out of anger. How's practice, he asked. Measured, I said. Yours. Settled. He looked at me for a beat. We all survived, huh? Barely. He grabbed his groceries and left. I stood there for a second, letting that one word echo, survived. Because that's what it was, not victory, not redemption, survival. You know what's funny? After all that, I became the guy preaching ethics to new associates. Check every name, I tell them. Ask the dumb questions. Do the boring work. And I mean it. Boring saved me. Boring let me sleep. One afternoon months later, I stopped by the same coffee shop. Different barista, same chipped mug. I ordered tea, sat near the window, and opened my laptop. No scandal, no shaking hands. Just peace. I typed a memo to a junior associate about a conflict check. It ended with 3 words I never used before this mess. Verify everything twice. The bar file stayed in my drawer. Not a reminder, a receipt. Proof I'd paid for my lesson in full. So yeah, that's my story. I lost a reputation, a girlfriend, and a little faith in myself. But I kept my license. And sometimes that's enough.